Yep.
I think this is a very dangerous fight for Paul.
Interesting.
I think he might be making a mistake.
I feel like 58-27.
I think this is an exceptionally risky battle for Paul Ienters. I figure he may be committing an error. I feel like 58-27. The age isn't a variable that is a watch, right encounter level. Clearly will go to Mike Tyson. Yet Jay has some issues man-boxing geniuses have given a stunning response to Mike Tyson's new preparation film for the Jake Paul battle. Ryan Garcia is following the session intently. And he has of late shared a realistic appearance, the battle's wagering chances on Instagram. Most would agree he disagrees with them. Ryan said no chance they have this battle nearer with chances than my battle with Devon. While Paul presently holds the high ground, contrasted with Tyson, according to numerous, Ryan has to take a hard pass. Also, Ryan and Paul have participated in a few warrant trades of late fanning the fire. Tyson was seen in Ryan's storage space preceding the Haney session, alluding to where his faithfulness could lie in the impending match. In the meantime, one of the main advertisers in the UK, Ben Shalom, has cautioned that as Mike and Jake's battle goes to an expert-level boxing, will currently be viewed as a carnival. Shalom added, "It's basically impossible that you can legitimize a 57-y battling in an expert battle for me. That is where things should be clear, and afterward, the game doesn't endure. I figure it endures assuming boxing is viewed as a bazaar, yet as a type of diversion individuals can do what they need. Significant concerns loom over Tyson's well-being as he prepares for the forthcoming session. Lately, the seasoned warrior has been spotted depending on a wheelchair and strolling stick, projecting questions on his state of being. Regardless of preparing recordings circling, they appear to raise a larger number of requests than they resolve in regards to his wellness level. At first expected as a display inferable from Tyson's age, the out against Paul veered off in a strange direction last week, where the Texas branch of permitting and guidelines allowed it proficient status. Preceding this improvement, Ben Shalom was addressed by Reflect Sport in New York about his possible advancement of such an occasion. Shalom answered for however long plainly, "It's not genuine boxing, I think certainly. It's a display, it's a type of amusement." Despite the fact that Shalom figures anybody can turn into an expert fighter in the event that they are gifted sufficient, he finds it challenging to help Tyson's rematch. He said Vital Riley is a major YouTuber and a phenomenal expert fighter who we have at Fighter Proficient Boxing is proficient, so there's a sure standard required. I figure anybody can do that, and it doesn't make any difference what their experience is anyway. Shalom commented that a 57-year-old in a ring couldn't be ordered as expert boxing, regardless of it being a fabulous occasion. He communicated his conviction that for however long it was publicized precisely, it would be okay. Shalom added, yet a 57-year-old in a ring can't be classed as expert boxing, however much it's an incredible occasion. I think for however long it's promoted as such, my most concerning issue with the entire YouTuber confine was it maybe not being certain that this is a VIP battle. VIP's battling is extremely unique to proficient competitors. The disputable battle among Tyson and Paul will be streamed live on Netflix as the assistants attempts to break into live games, discussing the battle getting sanctions as a favorable to battle. Jake Paul's said Mike Tyson believed it should be an ace battle. Netflix believed it should be an ace battle, so I consented to make it an ace battle. The champ brings home all the glory. Also, Tyson's fight with Jake has rankled boxing advertiser Blunt Warren, who calls the session crazy. Besides, he declared in a meeting with TalkSport that Tyson ought not be battling Paul while recognizing Jake's clever limited time abilities and the likely monetary profits from the battle. Warren communicated solid misgivings about Tyson's investment at his age in his proclamation. He underlined his profound respect for Jake as an advertiser, recognizing his capacity to create public premium and income anyway. He quickly moved the concentration to the stunningly obvious problem in question. Mike Tyson's age. Warren attested that Tyson ought not be participating in proficient bouts. Warren said, "I love Jake Paul As an advertiser, extremely brilliant operation administrator. They clearly see this battle with Tyson as a battle that will produce public premium. And clearly cash yet, how about we take care of business? Mike Tyson is 58 years old and ought not be battling. That's all there is to it. Warren brought up the craziness of authorizing a contender of Tyson's age for an authorized session, especially with regards to proficient boxing. While he recognized that a presentation match could have been more coke, Warren found it unimaginable that Texas specialists had given the go-ahead for Tyson to contend in an undeniable bout. He added in the event that it was a show you could half away with that, yet the way that past Texas has authorized a 58-year-old to battle. What is it that anyone need to say regarding that? Anyone with an ounce of cerebrums can consider that to be ludicrous. In Warren's view, the choice to permit Tyson to battle at his age was unreasonable, as well as possibly hazardous. He scrutinized the insight of exposing a 58-year-old to the actual afflictions and dangers related with proficient boxing, especially against a more youthful rival like Jake Paul. At last, Warren's remarks highlighted the more extensive worries inside the boxing local area in regards to the morals and security of orchestrating such matchups, while perceiving the charm of high-profile battles. And the monetary motivations included. Warren underscored the significance of focusing on the prosperity of the competitors and maintaining the trustworthiness of the game. Warren, alongside Ricky Hatton and Eddie Hearn, has added his voice to the tune of analysis against the session back in spring. Hatton communicated his disappointment, proposing that the boxing GRS of old would be moving in their graves at seeing this matchup. He said, "I get the pushing and the ridiculing and keeping each other down, yet a portion of the incredible bosses of old will turn in the grave watching that. Frankly, with you, I'll turn in my grave and watching it myself." Hatton recognized that the ebb and flow scene is one where amusement assumes a critical part. He referenced that he knows about this reality and accepts that the combination of YouTubers, mama contenders, and fighters in matchups can coincide inside this amusement-driven world. He added, insofar as battles like Garcia Crawford and Spence Rage and Usyk occur, as long as those battles are created, they can remain in their reality and will remain in our reality. Both can exist. I'm not pivoting and saying gracious. This is a joke. We're in the amusement world. That is the justification for why YouTubers have the followings they have in light of the fact that individuals need to see it. Eddie Hearn, one more conspicuous figure in the boxing scene, has added his voice to the choral of worries encompassing the impending session among Mike and Jake, while recognizing the scene and expectation encompassing the occasion. Hearn couldn't shake off his firmly established misery in regards to the matchup. Communicating his opinions, Hearn verbalized his affection for boxing, which eventually hued his point of view on the Tyson-Paul battle, notwithstanding perceiving the allure and the unavoidable viewership the occasion will draw. In Hearn's center conviction, as a gave closing devotee, eclipsed any fervor. Hearn's eyes, the trouble originated from the acknowledgement that Mike Tyson, a boxing legend moving toward the age of 60, would step once more into the ring for an expert session. This opinion repeated the worries raised by a larger number of people inside